Tonight on KGW News, harrowing video of a truck barreling down a Vancouver sidewalk. What we're learning about the driver who was ejected and survived. Plus, new questions about how Portland police handled a standoff.
It's just kind of strange and wild.
Why authorities say leaving the scene with the armed suspect still there was the right thing to do.
I'm Alma McCarty in Hood River, where a community is mourning a man police say was killed while trying to stop thieves from stealing his bike.
And later, a fight for people with disabilities or a scheme that was all about making money.
These people know precisely what they're doing.
The new lawsuit that claims a group of lawyers used fake testers to find flaws and cash in. First tonight, new video and new insight into an hours-long standoff that locked down parts of northwest Portland last night. The suspect accused of pepper spraying police and threatening them with a knife. Thanks for joining us. I'm David Molko. Today, amidst growing questions, police explained why they decided to leave that scene without making an arrest. Catherine Cook is here with their response and more from witnesses who watched it all play out. Catherine?
And David, everyone we spoke with had a different take on what happened. Some thought police overreacted. Some thought they didn't do enough. Meanwhile, the suspect is still in the neighborhood and even waved at us today. Police say they plan on arresting him when they can do so safely.
And this is where he pepper sprayed the police.
Saren Craig is trying to make sense of what happened here Monday night. Cell phone video shows the standoff between this man and police on Northwest 21st and Hoyt. Police fired less lethal rounds, hitting the man and shattering a bus shelter. Police say it started when they tried to arrest the man for felony ID theft out of Clackamas County. Instead of cooperating, they say he pepper sprayed one officer.
It is a really tense time right now.
More cell phone video shows the man running towards several restaurants, sending frightened diners indoors. Police locked down the neighborhood, and for the next 3 hours, members of the crisis negotiation team tried to de-escalate the situation, knowing the man was armed with 2 knives.
In this case, we had to weigh all the things that were going on, including the potential to injure the subject himself, the potential to injure officers.
Portland Police Commander Brian Hughes says those factors led uniformed officers to eventually leave the scene with plans to arrest the man at a later time. He says plainclothes officers in unmarked cars stayed behind to make sure the man wasn't a threat. Police Chief Bob Day added this.
Much of where policing lies is in the gray. A lot of challenges, a lot of nuances, a lot of opportunity for that discretion. If you play that out the other way and we have to use lethal force, that has huge impact on the community as well.
Some neighbors are still frustrated with how it unfolded.
I was really disappointed with the police response yesterday. I feel like they're supposed to keep us safe, and I feel less safe now that they escalated the situation. They shot out a bus stop and the person's still living around the corner from us.
Tuesday evening, we saw the suspect in this tent nearby. As he moves on with his week, businesses try to do the same.
It was just kind of strange and wild.
Scott Rivera owns Scotty's Pizza Parlor, where the suspect hid behind a picnic table for much of the standoff. He and his team are trying to rally the community for Pizza Week in Portland, one of their biggest events of the year.
Odd start to the week, and we're hoping that folks will still come out and enjoy the pizza with us and just recognize we have great weather, great neighborhood, and it's safe here.
Back at the shattered bus stop, Saren Craig offers a final take, shared by so many.
There's just no perfect answer for this kind of scenario.
Police would not say when they would return to arrest the suspect or what tactics they plan on using. David?
Yeah, no perfect answer perhaps, but still quite a few questions. Thanks, Catherine. To get you caught up on tonight's other headlines now, sheriff's deputies recovered a body from the Willamette near Sauvie Island tonight after someone in a houseboat in the Multnomah Channel spotted it floating in the water. The medical examiner is now working to identify the person and to try to determine a cause of death. Sheriff's deputies did say this is not the missing kayaker who went over Willamette Falls. He has still not been found. In Vancouver, a driver is in the hospital after crashing into a downtown business early this morning, and jarring surveillance video you are about to see shows the final seconds unfold. This was on Main Street, just outside a Relevant Beer. It's hard to watch, I know. The co-owner telling us he believes the driver here was going at least 60 miles an hour. This new video tonight shows the moments police arrived at the scene with the wreckage still smoking in the street. Police telling us the driver survived but suffered serious injuries.
I would have surmised that the driver would be a fatality because it hit so intensely. It could have been worse. It could have been way worse. You know, this was at 3 in the morning, and thank God there was nobody out.
Thank goodness for that. The brewery was left with thousands of dollars in damages, but was able to reopen. And detectives in Washington County have arrested a man they say sexually abused several minors and could have more victims. The sheriff's office says it began investigating 47-year-old Michael Wormington of Banks in December. Victims, authorities say, reported he abused them for years and gave them alcohol and marijuana. Detectives are encouraging anyone with information here to please come forward. Developing tonight, 3 people are now facing murder and robbery charges in Hood River after authorities say they ran over a man while he tried to stop them from stealing his bike. Alma McCarty has the latest.
Just days after Stephen Hayes' death, a community's grief can be seen, spelled out in chalk.
It's been very heartfelt.
Along the Hood River street where he lived.
We don't see many murders or homicides out here in Hood River County.
Friday afternoon, investigators say Hayes was standing outside when a group of thieves in a stolen truck passed by his pickup with his Trek bike in the back.
Mr. Hayes saw this happening, ran out to confront the 3 suspects that were taking his bike. As he did so, they tried to drive off.
Hood River County District Attorney Matt Ellis explains Hayes grabbed onto the passenger side, but the driver sped up and swerved, throwing Hayes to the ground. Officers say he was then run over.
I don't think it was the defendant's intent to kill anybody that day, but their act in this theft of the bike did end somebody's death.
This prompting the DA to charge the suspects with murder, although he says the grand jury will have the final say on Friday. Officers arrested 2 of the suspects, William Hardy Jr. and Elizabeth Bowman, on Saturday. A day after friends and loved ones held a vigil for Hayes near the waterfront. Officers arrested a 3rd suspect in the Dalles on charges of robbery, theft, and murder. With all 3 now behind bars, many in Hood River continue to grieve. Hayes' employer, Solstice Woodfire Pizza, describing him as a wonderfully special human being who died tragically just trying to do the right thing.
I would say take time to mourn Stephen now. The criminal justice system is not going to be quick on this. Please understand that and have some patience. We'll make sure that he does get justice.
In Hood River, Alma McCarty, KGW News.
New tonight, firefighters were called to a lab at PSU after reports some lithium-ion batteries there had exploded. Students telling fire crews they were working on a project in the engineering building when a battery somehow started burning and then ignited several others. Officials say most of the smoke was contained to one room.
Well, we recommend that you submerge these batteries in water, completely submerge them in a bucket if you've got a bucket big enough, and then properly dispose of them.
All right, some good advice. Everyone was able to get out safely, and it does not appear anyone was injured.